Kia ora. Okay, so this video is how to open up your pineal gland. This is something I know everything about because I have been dealing with this since I was 16 years old, since I got my own cards. And I know I did a video, a couple of years ago, further down the thingy of how to open yourself up to your higher self and blah, blah, blah. But in that time, in the time that I started making a lot of these videos, I started to redefine the understanding of them, or I started understanding them in a more scientific way, in a more understanding way, in a more purposeful way. So what I've come to understand is that there is only one type of person who can do a pineal gland activation, and the way that I do it, the way that it is intended for, and that is an empath. Now what you have to understand is that not all empaths are psychically in tune, and not all psychics are empaths. Okay, trust me, not all psychics are empaths. You don't have to have a gift in order to be an empath, and if you're an empath, if you do have a gift, it doesn't mean you're an empath. You can be a normie norm and have a gift. The pineal gland test, the pineal gland test that the pineal gland activation test that I'm about to give you, that I have been giving people for 30 years, it seems to only work on empaths. And the reason why is I think it's only empaths are determined enough and driven enough to want to enhance what it is that they are, to understand what it is that they are, so that they can better control what it is they are and who it is that they do it for. So the pineal gland is the part of your brain that is like the Wi-Fi. Okay, the Egyptians call it the Eye of Horus. It is also called the third eye. It's called the magic acorn. If you look at all religions, they pay homage to the pineal gland in the form of an acorn. You'll see a lot of government crests will have acorns in them. Buddhists have the acorn head. I think even the Nazis had acorns on their staffs and things like that. The royal family, I know, have got acorns. The Catholics have got acorns up the wazoo. So any religion where you see homage to acorns, where you see any kind of acorn, that is them paying respect to the pineal gland. Okay, so the Egyptians, when you cut the brain open and you look at where the pineal gland is, okay, it looks like the all-seeing eye. Okay, it looks like the Eye of Horus, but it also looks like a little acorn, and that is solely responsible for you opening up your right brain. That is like the Wi-Fi to the universe. When you open up your pineal gland, you open up your connection to the universe. It is the doorway or the gateway to your higher self. And people think meditation can do it, but as you know, empaths can't meditate. So what do you do if you can't meditate? Well, I was taught this by my sister when I was 16 years old, and then my teacher came along and explained it all to me when I was 27, I think, 27, 28. And what I started to realise is that, and I've probably given the card test to, it's got to be easily 10,000 people, easily. I'm administering the card test to people on almost a daily basis. And out of everyone who has ever done the card test, out of, just say, ballpark figure, just say I've given the card test to 30,000 people, 4 have completed the card test. 4 out of thousands of people. And the empaths, the 4 empaths, the ones who have been working on themselves and developing themselves and following my teachings and stuff like that. And it's not even that they're following my teachings, it's that they're starting to see that everything I went through, they are now going through, and because they saw me go through it, and because I know what they're going through, I'm teaching them how to deal with it and cope with it, and use it to their advantage and heal from it and blah blah blah. And what I found is that when you do the card test and you open your pineal gland up and you open your connection to your higher self, it helps you not only deal with your depression and your mental illnesses and stuff like that, it gives you incredible connection to spirit, you know, the voices in your head, and the greater universe. You start develop a connection with time. So, you know, as the years go by, your gift gets stronger, and the more faith you have in your ability, because the more you start to see that your gift is real, and then because your gift is real, you start to strengthen your intuitive connection, and you start making better choices in life. And then because you start making better choices in life, you get happier and happier and happier, and because you get happier and happier, you become more driven and more determined. And because you become more determined and more driven, you start doing what you love more, and standing up for what you want more, and standing up for yourself, and believing in yourself more, and getting a clearer picture of what it is you understand. And your pineal gland, it, like, because it decalcifies, you know, it it becomes like your lighthouse. You become like a beacon. You become a light. You have this light sitting on your head that just sees everything. You see the darkness in people. You see the darkness in your path. You see the darkness in your decisions. You see the darkness in the voices in your head, you know, and you learn to strip away and chip away. Like, you decalcify not just your pineal gland, but your entire life, your mental well-being, your diet, your physical self, your relationships. It works. I promise you guys, it works. It fucking, oh, you know, but it only works on empaths, because if you're a non-empath, you start overthinking, and then you get sick of it and walk away, because you think, oh, I'm getting cards wrong, I should be better than this. You know, you talk yourself out of why you can't do it and shouldn't do it. And an empath doesn't do that. If an empath is wanting to fix themselves and become a better person, they stick at it. You know, that's why empaths are rare, because empaths are the only ones that have the guts and the drive and the determination to want to cure their depression and deal with their insecurities and their understanding of the wider world, both spiritual and physical, because we're the ones whose lives depend on getting it right. You know, normal people, the average everyday person, their lives aren't in the balance based on them just understanding their own existence. You know, most people are happy to just kill themselves doing a job they hate, with mortgages, and, you know, having coffee table books, and, you know, posh coffee, and listening to Coldplay and Beyonce, and, you know, crap like that. Most people are happy like that, and that's fine. If you're a normal person and you're happy to be part of that collective, then that's completely fine. But that's suffocating to an empath. And so I want to show empaths how to be an empath, and the card test is going to help you do that. And what I thought I might do is I am going to explain how it works, and then I thought every couple of days I'm going to administer a card test on my YouTube channel. And then what we'll do is, when you do the card test, you know, in the description box below, tell me how well you did, and we can work together from there. Because what happens is, once you start getting about 80% correct, then you can move on to the next stage, which is, you know, your pendulum, for centering yourself, and your wider environment, cleansing your environment of negative energy and stuff like that. So the first thing you have to do is get yourself a deck of cards. And I say deck because I'm from New Zealand. I'm not Australian. I didn't say dick. So get yourself a deck of cards. So I would recommend just a normal, you know, but the thing is, don't buy them online. This is my Highland goose. My Highland goose. I love cows. They're my favourite animal in the whole. Look at that face. How could you not love that face? Oh, I just love cows so much. So what you want to do is, you want to go to a store. Don't get them online, because you're not going to be able to pick the cards yourself. And you want to go to the store. You can get them from the dollar store, Dollar General, pound shop, you know, whatever country you're in. They're not expensive. Go through the box, all the ones that are on offer. You want to get a pack, hold every pack and hold them in your hands, okay? And the pack that is meant for you, you're going to have a physical reaction to it. Now, you have to remember, cards are made from paper, and paper are trees, okay? Connected, rooted to the planet. So you're going to feel the ones that are right for you. For me, when I got mine my hands went hot, but they can burn, they can get tingly, they can get fuzzy, they can get pins and needles, you know, they can vibrate, but you will feel a difference between the pack you're meant to have and every other pack in the box. Then you want to take these home once you've picked the pack that feels right for you, and you want to take them home and you want to cleanse them, and you do that by sticking them in the moon for if you can, like a 4 month cycle, so from full moon to full moon, okay? And you want to take them out of the box, and you want to take out the jokers, and you just want to sit them whatever part of your house gets the strongest sunlight. It's usually like your kitchen window, but you know, if it's a nice day or whatever, you know, you can stick them in the carport and that, but as long as you get the sun, as long as you get the moonlight in the part of the house where you're going to stick your cards, it's usually the kitchen window. Most people stick them in the kitchen window, and you're going to leave that for a full moon cycle. And what that's going to do is it's going to cleanse the energy, because you know, when you're talking about anything organic, and cards are made from paper, which is trees, you have no way of telling what that tree saw. Okay, did a battle take place off where the tree was chopped down? Was somebody hung from a tree next to it? Was somebody hung from that tree? You know, was there famine around? Was the tree diseased? Like you have no way of knowing the origins of the tree that made the cards that you're going to read, and you also have no way of knowing the mood or the energy of the person who made the cards, who packed the cards, who sold the cards, or who delivered the cards, you know. So you want a cleanser of the energy, so you put that in the moon. And because Gerald, you know, he withdraws. Stella, I called the moon Gerald, by the way, I don't know why, but he's Gerald, and the sun is Stella, I call her Stella. So the moon withdraws and the sun puts back in. Okay, so after the full moon cycle, you want to take them out. Now this is really important. You want to spend time holding your cards, just sitting watching telly, hold your cards. Sitting on the bus or the train or whatever, just hold your cards. Your cards are going to start speaking to you. They started speaking to you the second you got that hum in your hand or that reaction in your hand. That's them saying, yep, we're pals, we're going to work together, I'm yours. So you want to spend time holding your cards and ingratiating yourself with the energy, because they'll do the same with you, okay? Because you need to trust them and they need to trust you. And then what's going to happen is you're going to start thinking about, am I going to use all the cards when I do a read, or am I only going to use some of the cards? Now, me personally, I took all the cards from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 down, out. I took them out. But you're going to want to start thinking about how you and your cards are going to tell a story. Now, initially, you're not going to want to do anything at first, because you're going to start doing the pineal gland test, the pineal gland activation, the card test. But eventually you are going to, I will set you the task of trying to do readings with them, because nothing will open your pineal gland up faster than that telepathic connection of trying to have the foresight, the clairvoyance. These cards are going to teach you everything you need to know about connecting to your higher self and seeing time and seeing all time and having an understanding of time, and that means clairvoyance, you know, gift of sight, gift of foresight. Okay, and it's in using your pineal gland in that kind of way that will open you quicker than if you know, took classes and tried to meditation, and that does not I'm not going to rant. Okay, so love your cards, put your energy on the cards, ingratiate yourself with them as they will with you, and then start trying to figure out and formulate, do I want to, if I'm going to do practice readings with these to strengthen my pineal gland, am I going to want some of the cards, am I going to want all the cards? And then while you're keeping that in the back of your head, you're going to start administering the card test, and we're going to do one now just so that I can show you, and we're going to use the whole deck, so it's going to take a little while, but if you're an empath, you're not going to care, because you're going to understand how important it is. So you're going to take your cards and you're going to give them a shuffle. Okay, and then all you want to do, All you have to do, this is all you have to do, hold the cards up and say to yourself, red or black. Okay, so now you have to look and see whether I'm holding up a red or a black card. But of course, if you're doing it in real life, you'd hold the card away from yourself. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the test. I'm going to hold the card up and you're going to tell me if it's red or black. Okay, so get a pen and paper ready, and you will write a tick for every one that you get right and a cross for every one that you get wrong. Now there are rules to this. You absolutely cannot use these cards under the influence of drugs or alcohol. You cannot be in anything other than a positive mood. So if you're grumpy, if you're tired, if you've had a bad day, if you're angry, if you've got alcohol in your system or drugs in your system, leave these cards alone. Okay, because you put it into your cards. Remember, everything organic is magnetic. Okay, like attracts like. And this is a tree you're holding in your hand, so it's going to absorb that. And then if you end up doing test readings on people, or you end up using these cards to activate your pineal gland in a serious kind of way, anyone who touches your cards, whether you're doing the test on them or doing a reading on them, they're going to absorb the energy that you've put into it. So you have to only use these when you're in a 100% positive frame of mind. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the cards and then we're going to start the card test. The other thing is that you do not sit and guess the question. I'm going to do it real fast. Okay, you have to do it fast, because the longer you look at a card and try and guess if it's red or black, the more you're going to start overthinking, and you're going to talk yourself out of the correct answer, and then you'll start getting it wrong, and then you panic and think you're shit. The other thing I want to say is this is not a test to see how psychic or telepathic you are. It is to see, well, it's to test your signal. It's to test how strong your signal is, how weak or strong your pineal gland is. If your pineal gland is really active, then you won't need to do this card test for very long, because you'll be getting at least 80% right, most of the time. So you have to look at it as a majority. The more you get right, the faster you get right, the less likely you are of having to do the card test, and you can move on to using the cards to try and do the readings and that, because it strengthens the pineal gland quicker. So the card test is basically testing to see how calcified your pineal gland is. The other thing I recommend that you do, empaths, is go off all forms of sugar, especially artificial sweetener, acesulfame K, sucrose, xylitol, sucrose, what's it called? Aspartame, all the artificial sweeteners in any form, dextro, anything that ends in ose, anything artificial like that, aluminium as well, tin foil. Keep away from anything that we know poisons the brain. Artificial sweetener literally rots the core of your brain. So artificial sweeteners to an empath it's a death warrant for a normal person, but for an empath as well, it completely calcifies your pineal gland and poisons you, and eventually kills you. So then you also want to, while you're removing artificial sweeteners and aluminium from your diet and from what you consume and use, you also want to keep away from fluoride. That we know for a fact calcifies your pineal gland. These things are poison. They're poisons. So no fluoride. Get non-fluoridated toothpaste. You can use Sarakin, you can use Jason's. Obviously you don't want anything with SLS in it either, because you want to it's really important for an empath to maintain a healthy body, because a healthy body is a healthy mind, is a healthy soul. Okay, so then I also recommend that you start having coconut oil and a high fat diet. So cream, butter, cheese, anything as high fat as you possibly can. The big fallacy out there is that low fat is better for you, but it's not. Low fat stuff destroys the brain. It's one of the reasons why we have such a rise in things like dementia and Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, because you have stripped the fat, the healthy fat that coats the brain and keeps your memory strong. and keeps your memory active and healthy. So you have full fat, every full fat milk, you have butter. I have cream every day, every morning I have cream, and you know, I'm still losing weight. So fat does not make you fat. Sugar makes you fat, and being lazy makes you fat. So nuts, coconut oil, have as much of that as you can. I have coconut oil every day, as you know. I did a video on it, completely saved my life. It has a gajillion and one health benefits, and it increased my memory exponentially. Well, it triggered my memory exponentially, and it works on everybody else that I have put onto it as well. You also want to, if you are suffering from depression as an empath as well, you can go on something like our tryptophan and our dopamine. They are 100% natural vitamins, mineral supplements, and they're not too, not too expensive, and they are 100% natural and organic, and they are an alternative to antidepressants, but they fire the neurons off in your brain, and they help you with your depression. If you're on antidepressants and you're having trouble coming off them, I recommend you take valerian instead. You only need to take it at night, but it is commonly used for people who have been on things like amitriptyline for a long time, but you know, sleeping tablets and that, but it's 100% organic, and it I think it's made from the valerian flower or the valerian root or whatever, and it sends you into a natural sleep, so you don't get drowsy with it. It's just like you've had a long day and you go to bed. There's no side effects when you wake up in the morning. You're not drowsy and groggy, but eventually, you know, and I mean, I was a fatty. I was 371 pounds, and when I went on it, because I'd been on amitriptyline for like 20 years, as a muscle relaxant because of my degenerative spinal disease and stuff, I was only needing to take 2, and after a couple of weeks I was only on 1, and then I didn't need it anymore. It's incredible to take. So if you are on antidepressants, you can take the valerian instead, and take the the L-dopamine and the L-tryptophan. I've got some old bottles here somewhere. I take a shit ton of other vitamins in that as well. So here we go. Okay, so I don't take these anymore, but that's L-tryptophan. Okay, and that is for encourages positive mood and restful sleep, supports immune function, helps to improve circulation and reduce stress. And I've still got some in there. And this is organic mucuna, which is a natural brain support, and this is the L-dopamine. And it is, well, it's an aphrodisiac. Not that I need that. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a dirty bugger. Supports the function of the reproductive system, stimulates the brain, the nerves in the brain, enhances mood, calms and relaxed mind, supports both men and women. So yeah, so it's commonly called L-dopamine or L-dopa, and you can get them on eBay and Amazon, and they're cheaper as well than a health food store. So yeah, so you know, start being good to your brain, empaths, and decalcify it, build up the fats, and you know, start looking after yourself a little more, because your brain is absolutely imperative to helping you connect with your higher self, and coping with your depression and that when you have it. Also makes you more creative. Since I started taking all of that stuff and I went off the sugar and that, I mean, that's how I founded my scientific principles and theories, is because my brain just went and just fired off all the neurons, and I couldn't stop thinking, and developed a science out of it. Okay, so we're going to start the card test. So remember, a piece of paper, you want to write a tick for the ones you get right and an for the ones you get wrong. Do not sit on it. I'm going to go real fast, okay? And you can rewind it if you want to, you know, track back to get all the answers written down, but I am going to go fast. So as soon as I say it, you trust the first thing that is in your gut. Okay, the first thing. Don't second guess it. You ready? You want to guess if the card is red or black. 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 What you can do, red or black. When you're doing it yourself, red or black. Put all the ones you get right in one pile and all the ones you get wrong in one pile, and then add them up. But for now, you're just going to do a tick for yes and an X for no. I usually go faster than this, but I'm giving you... I'm a bit distracted because I can hear the kids running around and I'm trying to make sure they don't come too close. Don't worry, I'm going to show you after this. Okay, so the answers. The first card was black. Red. 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 Black. 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 Red. Black. Red. Black. 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 Red. Red. Black. Black. Red. 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 Black. 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 Red. 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 Black. Black. Red. 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 Black. Black. Red. Black. Red. Black. Black. Red. 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 Black. Black. Now, when I start doing this card test as from tomorrow, obviously, all I'm going to do is I'll go red or black. And then when you say it, I'll just go like this, red or black, and then I'll show you. Okay, so then you can tick. But what I recommend you do is just sit with a pen and paper, and just for now with this video, and watch the card test, and just put you could do a tick for red and an X for black, and then you can add up which ones you got right. I'm going to do this every day for a couple of weeks, and I want you to put your answers, how many you got right and how many you got wrong. Now, the thing you have to remember, I promise you, this isn't a test in your psychic ability. It's testing to see how strong your pineal gland is. If you consistently get more than 80% right, then you can just get your pendulum and start working on your pendulum. And then in a couple of weeks, I will show you how to do readings with these. And even though it's not an empath's purpose to do readings with these cards, nothing will enhance your pineal gland quicker and enhance your connection with spirit quicker than doing readings, because it forces you to open your pineal gland every time you try to read the cards. So you can read for yourself, you can read for your friends and stuff like that. But what's going to happen is, every time you have a spare couple of minutes, just sit and do this card test. Do it. Keep them with you everywhere you go. Use them on the bus, while you're cooking dinner, while you're waiting for takeout, while you're watching telly, doing it during a commercial. Just shuffle the cards and then do the card test. Red or black, red or black. The more you do it, the quicker it's going to open up. But you're going to start experiencing stuff. It's usually within about 2 weeks. So you'll start getting, the signs of pineal gland activation is you'll get ringing in your ears. You can get like a humming, fuzzing, tingling on your skin. You can get like a fuzzy feeling here, or itchy. You can feel like cobwebs are on your skin. You can, get nervous. You can see flashes of light. Dripping lights is another one. Coloured lights, you'll see orbs, you'll get flashes, you'll see things going past your eyes, you'll see things out the corner of your eye, you'll get headaches, you might feel nausea, you'll get feelings of anxiousness in your gut. But it's not that, it's nothing to worry about. It's just that what's happening is that you've turned your Wi-Fi on, and now you are suddenly able to download these streams and reams of information that your brain wasn't being allowed to have before, and it's getting all excited, and it's just letting you know that, like in the old days when you had the internet and it used to go sort of thing. Well, the feelings and that you get is your body going sort of thing as you turn your Wi-Fi on. So we're going to do that for now. So we're going to do the card test. You're going to do the red or black, and then every day or every other day I'm going to administer a card test for you, where I'm just going to say red or black and then show you. So then every day when you see my videos up, get your pen and paper, and you want to do a yes for the ones you get right, a tick for the ones you get right, and an for the ones you get wrong. This is only going to work on empaths. It only works on empaths, proper empaths. Because nobody else, everyone else gives up and they start overthinking it. This will become, for an empath, this is going to become the most important tool that they have for the next couple of years of your life. These are my actual cards. Okay, these are the ones that I've had since I was 16. When I lived in Perth, Western Australia. They're from Jupiter's Casino. You can see the hole in the middle? Yeah? Okay. That's because they played a round of something at the casino, and I always wondered whether maybe someone lost or won a big fortune with these cards. But I got these when I was 16, and I took 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 out of the decks, and I've got 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, King, Queen, Ace that I keep, and that's what I do my readings with. But we'll go into the reading side of it at a later date. So for now, this is just pineal gland activation. Do not be afraid of the things that you start experiencing once you turn your Wi-Fi on. It is perfectly natural. If you experience anything that you're a little bit concerned about, or wanting to know about, comment in the box below, or email me at beyondlife2018@gmail.com. I will absolutely help you 100%. We are in this together. You will, you're not going to go through this alone. I promise. I'm here with you 100%. And I promise you, when I build my school, there's so many people that are wanting to come and meet me, and bring their children and their grandchildren and stuff, because people are starting to get really excited at the thought of me having this school. Now obviously, my school is going to be like the Bauhaus movement. It's going to be like an art college for children between 9 and 26, but of the students that show the aptitude for having the ability, I'm going to personally train them to be X-Men, because we X-Men, we have these abilities. We can manipulate time. I'm magnetic. I can, it's that's a whole other video, but the X-Men, the freaks and geeks, the proper, the ones that can bend objects with their mind, and move objects with their mind, and see the future, and jump in and out of time, and stuff like that. They do exist. And they're the ones that I'm going to train personally to enhance their psychic abilities, and and then we can start helping more people. The more people like me that are out there linking arms, we can sweep the globe and start helping more people together. I can't do it. I'm one person, and I can't do it myself anymore, which is why I stepped away from the blog and started doing these videos, because I wasn't reaching as many people with my blog as I am with these videos, and the response has been incredible. I'm so proud of the journey that my life has taken. I don't know what I deserve to have this life and have this gift and have this understanding that I have, but I am so grateful. I'm so grateful. Everything I've been through, I'd go through it 1,000 million gajillion times all over again, just to have this feeling that I feel now. And it's not just me, because I'm teaching this to other people who are now starting to feel the same thing. So it's not just me. What I'm doing and what I know and what I'm teaching people are helping. It's helping. And so I've got to keep doing it. So do your pineal gland test, your card activation. Oh, sorry, it's just fucking retrograde. Pineal gland activation, the card test. Wow. So I promise the next videos for the pineal test will be better. I've just got so much going on in my head. All I keep thinking about is all the people I know that are going to be watching this video and doing the test and getting all excited. And I know I'm going to get inundated with messages now, and I'm so excited. I can't wait, because there's some incredible people out there who I know that are going to have wonderful things waiting for them once they start doing these card tests. It's going to, put their feet firmly where they need to be at the start of their journey. So that's that pineal gland activation test for empaths video, and tomorrow we'll start doing the actual test. Okay, and I'm also going to start doing little telepathy tests as well. So I'm going to start doing things like, I'm going to give you 3 things that you have to guess: object, colour, shape, or animal, blah blah. And so once a week I'll do these little videos, and you can start testing yourself with them as well. So that's it. So enjoy your weekend, and know that I love you, and everything's going to be okay, because I've got your back now. I'm here, and that I'm going to teach you everything you need to know, and we're in this together. So anything I can do to help, just leave a message in the box below. And if you know any empaths in that you think these videos can help, then let them know that I'm here. Okay. Happy activation.